Are you sick of wasting money on video ads that take ages to produce and then flop? You're spending hours bribing editors, waiting days for revisions, and bleeding money on tests that don't convert. Meanwhile, your competitors are scaling. Here's what nobody's telling you. There's a faster, cheaper way to print money from ads that you can make yourself in just under an hour. I'm talking about AI-powered image ads that convert like crazy, and this is the exact system that I've used to get 46K a day just from these image ads, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it in the next 10 minutes. No design skills, no expensive editors, just copy and paste profit. Let's go. So why image ads are powerful? Now, there's two massive advantages to image ads that most people overlook. So first of all, the speed of iteration. In business, velocity equals opportunity, right? When you can rapidly test different angles and messaging without waiting on video editors or spending hours editing footage yourself, you can move faster than your competition. This speed advantage is crucial whether you're launching a new brand or scaling an existing one. Second of all, you have complete creative control with AI. With the tools I'll show you today, you can produce 20 high-quality creatives in under an hour. No designer, no editor, nobody else required. It's genuinely absurd how efficient this process has become. Now, here's a misconception I need to address. Many people think it's harder to generate revenue with static images compared to video, but that's completely false. Image ads can be just as profitable, if not even more so. Now, the one caveat is that image creatives do tend to fatigue slightly quicker than video content, but if you're just starting out, you don't need to worry about this because fatigue doesn't usually become an issue until you spend about 10 to 50K on a single ad. Now, here's what most people do. They browse Facebook's ad library or use spy tools, find a decent looking image ad, throw it into ChatGPT and say, recreate this for my brand. I then end up with something that just screams AI generated garbage. There's zero emotional triggers, zero connection with the audience, okay? Then they launch it, spend money behind it, and they can't figure out why they're not printing cash. The answer's simple. Your creative sucks. Now, there's different types of hooks in static ads. So why image ads are powerful? Now, there's two massive advantages to image ads that most people overlook. So first of all, the speed of iteration. In business, velocity equals opportunity, right? When you can rapidly test different angles and messaging without waiting on video editors or spending hours editing footage yourself, you can move faster than your competition. This speed advantage is crucial whether you're launching a new brand or scaling an existing one. Second of all, you have complete creative control with AI. With the tools I'll show you today, you can produce 20 high-quality creatives in under an hour. No designer, no editor, nobody else required. It's genuinely absurd how efficient this process has become. Now, here's a misconception I need to address. Many people think it's harder to generate revenue with static images compared to video, but that's completely false. Image ads can be just as profitable, if not even more so. Now, the one caveat is that image creatives do tend to fatigue slightly quicker than video content, but if you're just starting out, you don't need to worry about this because fatigue doesn't usually become an issue until you spend about 10 to 50K on a single ad. Now, here's what most people do. They browse Facebook's ad library or use spy tools, find a decent looking image ad, throw it into ChatGPT and say, recreate this for my brand. I then end up with something that just screams AI generated garbage. There's zero emotional triggers, zero connection with the audience, okay? Then they launch it, spend money behind it, and they can't figure out why they're not printing cash. The answer's simple. Your creative sucks. Now, there's different types of hooks in static ads. So just like video ads, static images have hooks too, okay? But with image ads, the entire creative is the hook. So that's the big difference. Whereas with video, it's the first 3 seconds. Now, with regards to hooks for static ads, just like video ads have hooks, so do static images. Now, understanding the hooks in static ads, okay? Just like video ads have hooks, so do static images. But with image ads, the entire creative is the hook. There are two primary hook formats that consistently perform. Now, number one is the transformation hook. This shows the journey from nightmare to dream state. Think of weight loss. Let's say someone's extremely overweight and they become lean and shredded. You're showing them the before and after. They go from the terrible situation to the desired outcome. Now, the next type is called the nightmare hook. This focuses solely on the problem state. It's trickier to execute because you don't have the emotional contrast, but when done right, it's extremely powerful. Imagine showing someone overweight looking at a scale, but instead of showing a number, it displays a harsh emotional truth about the situation. The beauty of the system I'm about to show you is that you don't need to brainstorm these for yourself. AI will identify the exact transformations and emotional triggers for your specific market. I'm literally spoon feeding you the exact framework to create winning static ads at scale. Now, step one, this is the research foundation, okay? This is the most critical step. If you get this right and still mess up everything else, you'll still be ahead of 99% of entrepreneurs. Okay, most people just scroll through ad libraries, find something they like, and try replicate it without understanding the deep emotional psychology of why it works. You can't just guess. With modern AI tools, there's no excuse for not validating your emotional triggers before spending $1 on ads. The barrier to entry is incredibly low. Now, what we're looking for in this research is the core transformation, the specific customer language, the voice of your audience, and the emotional triggers that drive purchases. I use what I call foundational documents, a system of 4 documents that become the foundation of everything. When you feed these into AI, you'll generate generate images that are 100 times better than random prompts, okay? I'm going to walk you through these exact documents. I'll provide a link to my full SOP in the description, but here's the process, okay? With document 1, you've got the research analysis, okay? First, you find a successful brand in your space. I use tools like SimilarWeb to identify brands with strong traffic and growth. I use a screenshot extension, which I can show you guys here. Go full page, okay? I use a screenshot extension, which I'm going to show you guys here. Go full page. So I use that to capture the entire landing page and save it as a PDF. I then open ChatGPT 4 and use prompt 1 from my SOP. I upload the PDF. This prompt essentially teaches ChatGPT how to write better prompts for you because humans are generally terrible at prompt engineering. And then I move on to prompt number 2, which is where I upload additional reference materials. Then prompt 3 to generate my research framework, okay? Now, here's the magic. You copy the output and open a new ChatGPT window, enable deep research mode, paste your prompt, and then hit enter. ChatGPT will then ask clarifying questions, answer them, and then it'll conduct the comprehensive research, analyzing customer psychology, market positioning, and emotional drivers. Now, this process does take a few minutes, but when it's done, you'll have a multi-page research document filled with golden insights. Make sure you save this as a Word document. Now, the next document that you have is the customer avatar sheet. You need to use the next prompt from my SOP, attach the avatar template, and let ChatGPT generate a detailed customer profile, and then save this document. Then run the offer brief prompt with a template. This defines your core offer positioning, and make sure you save it. Then we move on to document number 4, the necessary beliefs. This is crucial. This document outlines every belief your customer needs to have to buy your product. You upload the 3 previous documents and generate this final piece. Now you have the complete foundation, 4 documents that contain everything AI needs to create killer ads. Now the next step is to identify proven formats, okay? So I use an 80-20 rule for testing. So 80% of the tests are iterations of proven winners, and then 20% of tests are completely new concepts, okay? If you don't have any winning ads yet, you'll swipe proven formats and have AI remake them. If you do have winners, you'll create variations. Let's assume you're starting fresh with no existing winners. Now, for using ad spy tools, you want to use something like GetHooked, for example. So here's what my exact filter settings would be. Performance, 4 to 5 stars only. Ad format, you want to select image. Status, still running for a minimum of 7 days. Language, English. Channels, Facebook and Instagram. Creative usage, 3 or more placements. And for brand active ads, you want to do minimum 100 ads in library, okay? Now, these filters ensure that you're only seeing proven, scaled creatives from serious advertisers. You want to browse through the results and identify formats that catch your eyes. You'll see transformations, comparisons, testimonials, and various other styles. Now, one advantage of GetHooked specifically is that you can filter by specific ad styles, before and afters, FAQ explainers, testimonials, etc. When you find a format that you like, download it. Now for step number 3, you want to generate your creatives, okay? So you open a new ChatGPT window, use my image ad creation prompt, which you can DM me for on Instagram. My Instagram will be here. Now for step number 3, you're going to generate your creatives, okay? I want you to open a new ChatGPT window, use my image ad creation prompt, which you can DM me over here, and I'll give it to you. Upload your foundational documents, and then upload your swipe image and simply ask, can you create a prompt to recreate this image for my brand? Because you've done all the foundational work, ChatGPT can now be lazy because it has all the context it needs. It'll generate a detailed prompt for the image creation, and then you just copy that prompt, okay? So this is Higgsfield AI. This is my favorite image creation platform right now. No affiliation, I just use it because it produces winners. Now, it offers 3 AI models. One is Higgsfield Soul, which you can see is being used here. It's for ultra-realistic UGC style images that look just like iPhone photos, perfect for authentic, relatable content. Then you've got GPT Image. This is the best option when you need text on your images. It's not perfect because it does make some spelling mistakes, etc., but it's significantly better than alternatives. For most ads, I'll test the same prompt across all 3 models to see which produces the best output. You just paste your prompt, select your model, and generate. Now, with regards to before and afters, you want to use animated ones because they're less likely to get rejected compared to realistic images. You download the reference image, upload it to ChatGPT, get the prompt, paste it into Higgsfield with the GPT model, since there's text, and then you generate. Within seconds, you'll have a professional looking creative. The quality is remarkable. Text placement's accurate, the visuals are compelling, and it captures the emotional contrast perfectly. Now, if you're creating from scratch, you can also create entirely new concepts without swiping. Simply ask ChatGPT, create a text-to-image prompt for a hyper-realistic image of the nightmare scenario, which you can see I've done here, okay? If you look at this girl, she's really spotty. So this is my nightmare scenario when it comes to having acne, okay? Now, let me give you some pro tips. I do batch creation. I typically create full batches of 20 creatives in under an hour. The process scales beautifully once you have your foundation built. Now, with model selection, don't limit yourself to just one type of model. Test your prompts across all three. Sometimes the results will surprise you. I want you to also avoid compliance issues. Be careful with before-after images for weight loss or health claims. Animated versions are a lot safer. Now, with regards to iteration, your first generation might not be perfect. Refine your prompts based on output. The more specific you are about the style, mood, and elements, the better your results. That's the complete system. This technology is genuinely incredible when used correctly. The key is do the upfront work, build those foundational documents. Once you have those, everything flows effortlessly. Now, this might seem easy from the video that you've just watched, but if you don't want to waste thousands on ad spend, on image ads that don't work, and you want someone to help you step by step throughout the process, message me the word e-commerce on Instagram and let's see if you're a good fit for me. Thanks for watching.